Welcome back to the Diary of a Fool's Project and welcome to my new super cozy studio, which I will redecorate soon. In the last episode, there was a lot of information about the fives and about the High Priest / Hierophant, and I thought to make all of this a bit more clear, I just show you the cards that I then much later came up with based on those thoughts. Some thoughts stayed the same till the end and some changed in the process. You want to see them? Let's go. So here are the cards. They don't look like tarot cards at first glance, I know. They look like playing cards, and that's what I had intended to. As you can see, you can also just hold them in your hand like playing cards and play with them. Yes, because creativity is a game. So this is the first super sticky prototype, which I had to finish under a lot of pressure for the bachelor's thesis. So everything here is sticky, and as you can see, the backs of the cards are not worked very professionally. Anyways, but it's enough to show you what the last video was all about. There's a poster underneath, which is supposed to help you with your interpretation of the cards so that you don't have to flip back and forth in a book for hours. You just have everything at one glance. First, we have the trump card, the Hierophant or High Priest, which I had renamed the Warden. That's called the Wächter in German. Yeah, and he stands for conflict, for hurdles, for thresholds, initiation, tests, and growth. Because it's just exactly those situations where we face a test or a hurdle that we can grow, that we can move forward. So that's important lessons of life. And the minor arcana, they ask how we deal with these situations and maybe give us some ideas how we could deal with them in their own fashion. You probably know that the 4 suits correspond to an element, so they have a certain quality. Normal tarot uses the Spanish-Italian suits, which are the wands, cups, swords, and discs or pentacles. I chose the French suits for the creative tarot, which are the clubs, hearts, spades, and diamonds. You know them from just normal playing cards, but it means the same in the end. And they stand for fire, water, air, and earth. Anyways, so the 5 of clubs is called passion. You see this puppet climbing up, and this has to do with your will, with your fiery energy, and with the fine line between challenging yourself, a proper challenge, and feeling overwhelmed, which can happen, especially when we put a lot of passion in our projects. Then of course we tend to do more and we can get overwhelmed. Then the 5 of hearts is called disappointment. I think that has a lot to do with having the wrong expectations. It's a word game in German which you can't reproduce in English. You have expectations, and when they are not met, you feel deceit, but it's actually just the deceit going away when you see the truth. So, but it's also just feeling powerless. The hearts just can't deal very well with challenges. I said that in the video, they just melt down. Then we have the spades, the mind, the rational. Here the card is called Chaos. As you probably can imagine, that's one of my favorite cards in the whole deck. You see, the puppet is rather lost. This is important because when we face a hurdle or a challenge, a threshold in the realm of the mind, that always has to do with chaos because we can't see clearly. Once we have clarity, once we know the next steps, it isn't a hurdle anymore. It's doable. But as long as it feels like a real challenge that overwhelms you, you just have this chaos in your head. That's at least the conclusion that I came to. Yeah. And that, of course, causes fear, and that's the name of the 5 of diamonds. As you can see here, the puppet hides itself and probably tied himself to the diamond. And that's also a way to to deal with challenges or with tests and hurdles, to just hibernate, basically. Why not? It's nothing bad. None of them is good or bad. It's just different approaches, different ways. So that was a quick insight into the cards of the Creative Tarot. Let me know what you think about the cards if you like, and also let me know what you think about this approach, that the major arcana always gives a situation, like the big stations of life, the big questions, and the minors give us ideas how to deal with them. Maybe they recommend something, maybe they just ask us the question, what would you do? Do you accept the challenge? Do you accept defeat? Are you prepared to deal with the chaos? Or do you just hide? So, yeah, let me know. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching.